guys, and welcome to this episode of Country Walks. This time we're going to go the other way to the way we went last time. Last time we went from Pulborough to Billingshurst, sort of roughly northwards, and this time we're going to go southwards from Pulborough to Amberley. So here we are at Pulborough station, and we're going to head the same way along the railway tracks a bit and then take a left-hand turning instead of going past that pond there and heading northwards. And in that corner of that field there is a pillbox, so we will have a look at that later. That's very, very near to the start of this walk. Next we go through Park Farm and Pulborough Park Plantation. Nice pretty little stroll there. And very, very quickly we end up at the White Hart pub. And the bridge you can see there, just in the top left-hand corner, is the Stopham bridge, which we'll be taking a closer look at later. Okay, and at this point we're walking past the old pumping station. You can just see it there. It's basically where the rivers Rother and Arun actually converge. And then we're on to the Way South path. It's a very pretty little track there, and I think there's a bit of a nature reserve there, but you're actually very near to the Waltham Brooks Nature Reserve. I take a stop here at the Labouring Man pub. They were really good because I didn't get there till late in the day and they'd finished serving food but managed to offer me a really nice sandwich. Back onto the track. And at this point we're basically almost in Amberley Wildbrooks, which is a really, really cool spot to go and visit. It's really lovely, lots of water. Yeah, it seems to be a sort of very flat marshland on a kind of floodplain. Apparently very good for rare birds, insects and plants. Okay, and after Amberley Wildbrooks, it's just a gentle meander along the road back to Amberley Station. I would say the highlight of this episode was definitely the Swan. Watch out for the Swan later on. Let's just get on with it. This is Stopham Bridge. I think it's sometimes referred to as Stopham Bridge because of the PH in the name, but it should be Stopham, I believe. The bridge was named after the local area, Stopham, possibly named after an Anglo-Saxon called stopper, although it could also refer to a hollow or even land hemmed in by water or marshland. That bridge you can see in the background replaced it in 1986. This is another way you could get to the White Hart and Stopham Bridge. We started off at Pulborough Bridge, not far away, and kayaked and paddleboarded up there. This is the River Arun. Now, the River Arun got its name from Arundel, which is a kind of back formation. Normally, or very often, a river might give its name to the local town, but in this case the word Arun doesn't mean water or river or anything like that. I'll go into that when we do an Arundel walk in a bit more detail. On the way back from the pub, back to Pulborough Bridge, we were warned by our friend Eva, who was with us, about a swan. One of the male swans on the river was getting a little bit territorial and protective of its cygnets. When we got back to Pulborough Bridge, the girls wanted to go for a swim, but the swan had other ideas. It's a game, isn't it?
He is there, isn't he? He is just there. This is fun. Can you kindly fuck off? I want to go in properly.
Go on, then.
Come in. There is a let, and if you step down, then it's about that high, so you're okay.
No. Is it coming? Is it coming?
No.
Oh my God, he's angry. He's angry. At this point in the walk, I took some refreshment at the Labouring Man pub, lovely little pub in the village of Coldwaltham. Now, Coldwaltham is quite interesting. It's one of the country's oldest recorded Saxon sites. In 637, it was known as Waltham or forest dwelling. In 957, it was recorded as Waltham or Waltham. By 1340, the cold part had been added to the front of the name. Now, this refers to a major change in local environment. In a matter of probably just a few hundred years, it changed from what was probably oak woodland to bleak open heathland. We're just passing through Amberley Wildbrooks on our way to Amberley. The wild part from Wildbrooks apparently comes from the word weald. It's just another word meaning forest or woodland. It's a bit like the wild part in Coldwaltham. The name Amberley itself, though, has conflicting theories as to its origin. Some sources refer to it as a clearing by the river. The word amber is an Old English word for river. Another reference I found suggested that the word amber might refer to the bunting or the yellowhammer bird.